Hi, my loves. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl B, my B, Bigger B, Beatrice. Welcome to Born to Be Free. If you've been with me since I started my journey here on the continent, thank you so much for your love and support. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, Accra. Yay, guys. Wow, it's been 2 whole years on the continent. Man, it's been an amazing journey, bit of a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster at times, but overall, man, it's a journey indeed. Where do I start? Let's see. To be honest, before relocating to the continent, as you guys know, I started my journey in Tanzania. I really tried to be prepared, especially financially. I thought I had did all the research and knew everything I needed to know about Tanzania or Africa before relocating. Before I got to Tanzania, I managed to save, let's say, I had a little under $30,000 saved. And then I resigned from my job because I had this bright idea, B. When we get to Africa, we are going to hit the ground rolling. Everything's going to work out. You know, you're an African child. You saved up enough money. You got your business license fee together. And I think at the time the business license fees was $5,000 for foreigners, 5,000 US dollars. And you know, I had everything set aside. So I didn't expect anything to go wrong, you know? Funny thing is, once we cross over the Indian Ocean, it's like everything I put in place dismantled. Like everything broke into pieces. Even I had put in a few things that will also generate some income, consistent income. You know, residual income while I was living in Tanzania and also working on my business idea. None of that worked. Nothing. Okay? Connections, nothing worked. And you know, the emotions started kicking in. I don't know. I started questioning myself. I was like, B, do you think it was a good idea to resign from your job? And if you don't know, I have my degree in IT, mostly information systems management. And you know, there's not a lot of us women in IT. So when you finally manage to pass that entry or intermediate level, you know, when you're at a level where you're a little bit more comfortable, you know, you start making that little six figures and so forth. It was very hard for me. It was very, very hard for me to think back on everything that I left behind in the US, especially when it came to my career. You know, it was so hard for me. I remember looking at the company that I used to work for directly. I wasn't even a contractor. The company I used to work for and resign from. I had different things from them. And I remember looking at it and they try to work with me, give me different options like, hey, B, you know, if you want to come back, you can resign this way. That way, it will make it easier for you to get right back in your field. And I was like, no, I'm going to Africa. I'm African. Things will work out. But when I got to Tanzania, nothing worked out. And the emotions, everything kicked in. But I want to say thank you to the two sisters that came to my rescue, one from the diaspora and the other was the local Tanzania. And they kept reminding me, you know, Beatrice, there's a reason why you came all the way to Africa. There's a reason why instead of going to Liberia, you came all the way to East Africa, you know? But yeah, so yeah, I tried to be prepared, but nothing worked out. Nothing worked out at all. And I remember telling myself early on, you know, I think maybe things are not working out because I'm West African and I came all the way to East Africa, where the culture is very, very different from my culture. Because coming from the U.S. or in a Western world, there's you have African communities, where everyone sort of tends to eat the same food, tends to shop at the same grocery stores. So I kept all of that in mind, forgetting that Tanzania is an entire country. It's a country. It's not a community. It's a country of 65 million people with over 150 tribes. And their culture is more so a slower culture. And here you come in with your strong energy, West African energy, and expecting things to be the same. I remember being in Tanzania, everyone kept saying, you know, East Africans, we're much softer. West Africans like to fly, No, they said West African like to run. We like to walk. La la, West Africans do not like to run nowhere. West Africans like to fly, okay? Walking is not, it's out of the picture because some of my cousins, my siblings, when you start dealing with them, you're like, man. But yeah, so I ended up telling myself that maybe it's the cultural differences, especially because of the food. Tanzanians do not eat any type of spice. Um, they do not cook with spices in their food. A little bit of pepper in a Tanzanian food will upset them because I cooked in Tanzania, and when people tasted the food, they were like, "It's too spicy," and I don't know what they were talking about, but yeah, yeah. So I said to myself, the country is beautiful. Tanzania is beautiful. Women, very beautiful. Tanzanian men, no. But I said to myself, explore the country a little bit more, enjoy yourself, and then go to West Africa and see if the decision that you made, if it's the best decision. I said, okay. After 7 months, after 6 months, I started preparing myself. And I remember telling everyone I was preparing to come to Ghana, and it was like, you go to Ghana? Ghana is expensive. Oh my God, look at Tanzania cost of living. Everything is cheaper here. Look at the cost of living. You can get a one bedroom for less than $300. And I was like, I'm going to Ghana, okay? I'm West African. I'm not afraid of my own. I'm going to Ghana, we'll figure it out. And yeah, I came to Ghana. Even though I spent so much money getting to Ghana with the various fees, when I entered into Ghana, the energy felt right. Everything that I put my money towards, everything started falling into place. Even little business ideas, how to create residual income, like different things just kept falling into place. Funny thing, Airbnb host picked me up from the airport, and then he took me to this all you can eat buffet slash restaurant. And I remember the girl asking me, um, you don't want more pepper? Like the green pepper. She was telling me because I got plain rice and the rice was in season. It was unseasoned. She was like, you don't want more of the sauce? Take more of the sauce. It's very good, very spicy. And I remember saying to myself, yes, baby, I'm home. I land of the spicy food. Yes, I'm home. But yeah, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade at anyone. Tanzanian culture is very beautiful, but a person's culture is very important. I just remember saying to myself, hey, I'm glad you decided to come to Ghana. I'm glad you didn't listen to everyone else. And the funny thing is, things like immigration, I don't have any issues with immigration. If anything, I love immigration. I love the police because they be tall and okay, it's okay. We're not coming to talk about that one yet. But I don't have any problem with immigration. I remember when I came in trying to get my papers, and I started at Jubilee's house. I went to the wrong place, but they ended up guiding me in the right direction. And I gave immigration everything that they asked for. And in less than 3 months, I had my papers. Even when I got in Ghana, people were still telling me that it's very hard to find a place. And I said to myself, D, stop listening to people. Don't make this a habit of making other people experiences or reality dictate your reality. And I said to myself, no, I'm going to find a place. I'm not going to keep spending 1,000 a month on Airbnb. I think within the first month or two in Ghana, I spent a little over 1,500. So I said to myself, stop letting other people's experiences dictate your reality. And I was able to find a nice place. Now, did my uncle, did my own blood, because the part of Ghana he's from, we're related tribally. Now, did he have my best interest when it came to giving me back my security deposit? No, he did not. But certain things are expected. Those certain things, certain obstacles, there certain things have to you everything can't always be perfect in your life. You will never learn. Because I learned early on from not having consistent water flow in the house, I learned how to measure certain things. So now at my new place, I know that since my water vanished overnight, I already know how much water I need to run my house, how much water I need to flush the pipes, different things, different systems in the house. I've learned a lot about a house within the last month or two. Okay, so if I never came across him, if I never lived where I live, I wouldn't have learned certain things. So the little obstacles here and there, they're not major challenges. They're not at all. It's just a part of the experience. What did you learn from this? I learned that you mess with my stuff, that means that means you won't pick clown with me, you won't fight me. I'm just kidding. It's not like that. But I'm just saying, you're supposed to learn from each and every experience. So yeah, that's more so been the thing. And even finding this house. I reached out to different people in different groups, diaspora groups. I reached out to different people, especially this Oya referred area, because there's a lot of new development going on, investments. We are next to Aburi Mountain, and Aburi is beautiful. Man, when you go all the way on top of the hill, and you look at the Ghana at night. Oh, it's very very beautiful. You know, and and I remember trying to get a place here, and everybody kept telling me like giving me a price that was like 3 or 4 times more. And I had my price set because I know the area. I had my price set, and that's exactly what I ended up paying for this place. So far, the little the little obstacles and things that I've encountered, it's just been just a part of the journey, you know, give and take, cause and effect. X, Y, and Z happened. What did you learn from it? And so forth. But other than that, things, I'm saying all of this to say you can never really truly be prepared to relocate anywhere. You definitely cannot, you will never be prepared to relocate to Africa. Okay? You're not being prepared. Because your siblings, your cousins, your uncle, your aunts, everybody got siblings. They got kids in different parts of the U.S., different parts of the Western world. When they see you, they already know. That's why all these little things and stuff that goes on. That's why it goes on because they already know. Like you coming from this area has certain X, Y, and Z income. You know, everybody wants to eat. That's the game in Africa. There's no consistent jobs in Africa. A lot of people are entrepreneurs, right? And a lot of time, imagine you're a business owner, right? And you have other competitors. So it's all about what you get today. Like it's about today, the now. Like so when you get here and people start pulling from you left and right, remember that the actor told you nothing is consistent in Africa. Okay? So if you plan on relocating, especially if you want to come to Ghana, come to Ghana. Your experience may not be like my experience. And my experience has been beautiful. I've learned a lot. Okay? Living in Ghana is my experience is beautiful. My content are a little bit more transparent because I want someone child, especially a female that plans on relocating to places like Ghana, Tanzania, Liberia to get the truth, you know? It's about the view, but it's not really about the view at times. No, it's about the view. But what I'm trying to say is I want to be transparent. I don't want to put something out that's not it's not the truth, and then someone else is watching me, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? Be life is just perfect, and I'm gonna go to Ghana, and the same thing is gonna happen, and so forth." And it might not be the case. And I don't want you to be in a position where you save up everything, you resign from your job, and then you end up relocating and you lose all your money because that's yeah. So if you're looking to come to Ghana, come to Ghana. Like I said, I love my home. My home is beautiful. Um, Man, the sun kisses my face every morning. Every single morning. The sun kisses my face, okay? I have one or two seeds in the soil. I will show you guys a little later, when everything starts to mature a little bit more, like I did with the planting. And as you guys can see recently, I harvested my first planting on the property. And the funny thing is, when I first moved here, I was told that they didn't think that that plantain tree could fruit because it hadn't fruit in a long time, but it fruit because Beatrice's beautiful energy is here. So yeah, if you want to come to Ghana, okay? But keep this in mind: nothing is consistent in Africa. The economy is not consistent. Um, but Ghana is beautiful. Is very easy to live in Ghana. It's very peaceful. Yes, you have your cousins, your siblings that feels like they're a little better than you because they grew up on a continent and so forth, and they just want to be on your neck. But yeah, other than that, yeah, Ghana is beautiful. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying everything I'm learning. Oh, it rained recently, and I was able to harvest more water for my plants and stuff for my place. Everything been working out beautifully, and I still do buy water and so forth for my place because, as you guys already know, my water disappeared overnight. I would never ever forget that. Never ever forget that my water disappeared overnight. But other than that, things have been beautiful. To the bloodline, I want to say thank you. Thank you always for your love and support. Thank you always for your protection. Absolutely nothing is possible without you all. Absolutely nothing is possible without you all. I want to say thank you. And guys, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay? Don't forget. Thank you. Bye.